Wow, based on my recent video of Lithuania's military, there's clearly some interest in this topic. I'm trying to find a healthy balance between this topic and all other things I normally talk about, but clearly there are also a lot of people who enjoy learning about this side of Lithuania. Anyways, continuing the military stuff, here's a roundup of the Lithuanian Army's combat units. I guess these days, more and more militaries are replacing the term army with land forces. I'm not sure why, but Lithuania is included, using the term Sausumos pajėgos instead of the word armija. Anyways, this video only covers the combat units of Lithuania's land forces since there are just so many to go over. And a few last things before starting, I'm going to try and show footage of the exact unit when I mention them, and so it's a mix of ceremonies, drills, and exercises. Some footage is old, some is new, but I'm trying my best to accurately show each group. It's interesting how many battalions have their own YouTube channels and make their own videos. Very cool. Oh, and sorry guys, but I'm gonna use the English translations in this video because I'm likely to butcher the pronunciation if I try Lithuanian. Even reading Lithuanian names in English is hard enough. So the full-time professional ground forces consist of two combat brigade groups, the Iron Wolf Infantry Brigade and the Žemaitija Infantry Brigade. Here's an organization chart to show you their place in the larger Lithuanian armed forces. Quite literally, this video is just me listing all of the units that you see here. But at least you'll get to see all of their crests and some footage of what they do. First, going over the Iron Wolf Brigade, this group consists of the following: a brigade command with communications, headquarters, and anti-tank and reconnaissance companies, and 7 battalions. There's the Grand Duke Elgirdas Infantry Battalion in Rukla, the Uhlans of the Grand Duchess Birute in Alytus, the General Romualdas Giedraitis Artillery Battalion in Rukla, the King Mindaugas Hussar Battalion in Panevėžys, the Duke Vytautas Infantry Battalion based just outside Vilnius, and a logistics battalion based in Rukla. The 7th Battalion is a little special in that it isn't quite Lithuanian. It's actually the combat group of the NATO Enhanced Forward Presence in Lithuania, which is also based in Rukla. This multinational group is mostly comprised of German forces, but also includes troops from Belgium, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Norway. And then Lithuanian Land Forces' other brigade is the Žemaitija Motorized Infantry Brigade. This is actually a relatively new unit established by the land forces of the Lithuanian military, founded on January 1st, 2016. I should say that another official government website calls this brigade the Griffin Motorized Infantry Brigade, and so there's a little confusion there for me. But anyways, this younger brigade consists of the following battalions. There's the Motorized Infantry Battalion of Grand Duke Kęstutis of Lithuania, located in Tauragės district. The Dragoon Battalion of Grand Duke Butagėdis, based in Klaipėda. The Infantry Battalion of Duke Margiris in Radviliškės. And the Brigadier General Motiejus Petilionis Artillery Battalion in the Šilalė district. Together, the two brigades make up most of Lithuania's combat power. However, separate from these two brigades is the Colonel Juozas Vitkos Engineering Battalion in Kaunas and the Major Juozas Luksha Training Center. The Engineering Battalion consists of 6 companies: 1st and 2nd Engineering, General Engineering, Explosive Ordnance Disposal, and Headquarters and Supply Companies. The Explosive Disposal Companies departments are distributed throughout Lithuania so they can rapidly react to any explosives that are found and reported. Thus, departments are stationed in Vilnius, Kaunas, Panevėžys, Alytus, Klaipėda, and Tauragė. And then aside from your full-time professional forces, you'll find National Defense Volunteer Forces. I guess in Lithuania they're called volunteer forces, but I would call them reservists since their role is the same. There are over 5,000 reservists serving, and these troops volunteer to perform non-permanent military service. Combat training exercises for volunteer soldiers take place about 30 days a year, mostly on weekends, and so this allows the reservists, or volunteers, to combine service in the army with civilian activities, like work or studies. As you can see, the name volunteer throws me off because I mostly associate this word with unpaid work. But yes, the word can also mean that you're doing something of your own will, as opposed to being forced into it like conscripts. And so they are voluntary in that they're choosing to perform military service, but they are paid for the time spent serving. These reserve forces, or KASP, consist of the following national teams. There's a headquarters in Vilnius, the 1st team of Dainava in Alytus, the 2nd team of Darius and Girėnas in Kaunas, the 3rd team of Žemaičiai in Klaipėda, the 5th team of Vytis in Panevėžys, the 6th team of Prisikėlimo in Šiauliai, and the 8th team of the Didžiosios Kovos in Vilnius. And no, I don't exactly know what happened to the 4th and 7th teams. There are close to 20,000 Lithuanians serving in the Lithuanian military, across the professional military service, the permanent mandatory initial military service, and the volunteer service. I know this video doesn't really go into depth about these units and what they actually do, but it was interesting for me to learn the basic structure of Lithuania's land forces, and that the NATO Enhanced Forward Presence unit is attached to the Iron Wolf Brigade. What do you think of Lithuania's land forces? And if you are in the military and know more about these units, I'm curious to know if some units have better reputations than others. Are some known as being exceptionally sharp? Are others more in need of improvement? That kind of thing. Let me know by leaving a comment. And for the Lithuanian word of the day, let's go with pajėgos, which means forces, pajėgos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.